Hi, we're Kristen and Jeff, and we've been fixing up our 40-year-old boat over the last 4 years. We sold everything that we owned on land for a life on the water. We've had our ups and downs, but we've finally set sail to the sun. Except most recently, we found ourselves stationed on the beautiful Caribbean island of St. Martin to tackle the biggest boat project we've ever done, removal of the teak deck on our Hallberg Rassy 352. And we're doing it ourselves. Follow along for every screw, every plank, and everything in between. It's day 5 of teak deck removal. Getting started early today. It rained pretty good last night. Everything is soaking wet, but the show must go on. I think it's a little bit before 7 a.m.
I'm about to wake everybody up.
We're about to say good morning lovingly. When you were trying to get the screws out, you found that a lot of them were stripped.
Yeah, like on this side, there's at least 10 or so that would just turn in place, which means that they're compromised down to the threads, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Which means potential for rot, but of course we don't have rot, we have foam. So there's potential delamination that occurs.
Oh, that's fun. So how did you get them out if they're just turning?
All right, so a little pro trick. Take a screwdriver, jam it down onto the threads of the screw. So I just removed a little bit of teak beside the screw, jam the screwdriver alongside the threads, and now the threads have something to follow and you can back it out like normal.
Oh, interesting. So you did like maybe like one like that, made a bigger gash in it.
Yeah, I came in from the side, so I got a screwdriver underneath and then below the head, right, to the threads.
Yeah.
And then now the threads can follow along the screwdriver.
Wow.
It's a good little trick.
Good grief. Okay, well, if you come across another one like that, let me know and I'll try to film it for everybody.
But I don't know, this is probably not sealed under here. Look.
All of the glue has like,
I think on these sides, from here back, is going to be very interesting.
It'll be very quick. Oh, listen to that noise.
It's not water. It sounds like water. When I was doing it up here, I thought it was, but it's the sealant. It makes this very interesting.
It's kind of gross, but satisfying.
Well, it probably is sealed right in there, like at where the chain plate meets the side of the deck. So maybe I'll still go around.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. So we'll do that.
Do you want your gloves?
Yeah.
That we purchased?
Not this second, I don't.
Okay. My job this morning is to clean up the galley and make coffee and put away all of our laundry after we went to the laundromat late yesterday afternoon. The time is now 10:45 in the morning. We've gotten quite a bit done so far. We had our coffee. Oh, we haven't had breakfast yet. Oops. We went into town just briefly to do a garbage run and get rid of the big pile of wood that we had started accumulating so that we can make room for more. We've been in a pretty good routine here of, oh, I'm feeling raindrops. I took the screws out of this side over here while Jeff planed and got rid of the sealant on here. We're just switching back and forth between cleaning, taking screws out, vacuuming, all the things. We had one of our boat neighbors, he's this one right down there. He's a Hallberg Rassy, and he came over to say hi and see what we were doing. Look at all of the screws that we have accumulated so far. Anyone have any guesses how much this is and what the total will be once we're finished the whole deck? Any guesses? I was just about to start on the vacuuming up all of the wood shavings from Jeff countersinking the holes here, but this big cloud needs to go away because I need the solar power to run the vacuum. So I'm just hanging out waiting for that. Look at this massive plank you're pulling up all at once. Wow, that's a big boy. Most satisfying is when you can just pull the entire thing up. Just another day on Joko. Nice. It's also a very fine balance of doing work and having the power tools to do the work. So we are, it's not done yet. We are alternating. We have 2 batteries for our tools and just alternating back and forth with the charger. It was working pretty good, but because we're doing both sides, the one between drill and the multi-tool, like a lot, we're just like eating the batteries for breakfast because we haven't had breakfast. So we're eating the batteries, I guess. A visual update of Joko at the moment. Bathing suits hanging to dry, and yeah, somewhat clean. That's another one of my tasks, is to just try to keep everything as neat and organized inside here as we can. So yeah, and baguette for lunch today.
Getting right into it. Yeah, right into it.
Yeah.
Helping us
Dirty.
helping us see all the holes. And even then, right, you end up like missing the odd 1 or 2 or 3. I told you it's hard, even with your best attention to detail. Yeah. But we're double teaming this, and we're both anal as hell, so we'll figure this out. I wasn't as intelligent as I could have been because I wanted to get a drill stop and put it on this bit before we started, but I forgot. And it's really far away to the hardware store, so instead of that, get tape and put on your drill bit to where you want. In my case, about 11 mils is what I'm after here. And then that way,
11 millimeters.
yeah, actually. And I'll just check this every, I don't know, 10, 15 holes. I watch the tape, because what happens is as you're pushing it in there, the tape on the leading edge comes curling up, and then you lose your mark. So I'm actually doing it slightly shy of where I want to be, just ever so slightly shy.
Perfect.
Here we go.
For reference, the length of screws that we're finding in the deck is about 17 millimeters from tip to top, and we are drilling and countersinking the holes before filling with epoxy so that there's more surface area for the epoxy to grab onto and less chance of them popping out over time due to temperature changes and flex in the deck. A quick break to shout out our amazing patrons. Mike C., Wolfgang B., Aid Bateman, William Tubbs, Dennis and Sarah Collins, Colin and Stephanie Ibbett, Alan Sherrill, Kate Fidel, Siobhan and Travis LaMarche, Lindsay and Bruce Fraser, Brad and Jen Ibbett, Stevie Blanc, Sheen Marine, Alan Onderdonk, and Lucy and Peter Haggerty. We appreciate you all so much. Beer break. Banks beers. We got these in Antigua, and a cost was equal to like $1 Canadian per beer when you bought a flat of them. So whenever we find a deal on beer, we stock up so that we don't have to go out and spend way more on beer. Pro tip. It's about $12.45. We're feeling good. It's looking good. Everything is ready for epoxying. We're just leaving it to dry out and heat up a little bit, and then we will epoxy both sides. And by dry out, I mean that it rained all last night, and so everything is like a little bit still damp, so we're doing that. Today, we have had 2 different dinghies come over and ask what the hay we are doing. One of them is a Hallberg Rassy owner, and he's back there. And the other one is a boat that is right beside us, that we had actually met them in the Berry Islands in the Bahamas last year, and they recognized our boat and came over to say hi. And they also recognized our big tub of teak on the bow, and they were like, this looks like maybe they're tearing their teak up, and so they came over to take a look.
Everyone's very interested in
everybody is very interested in what we're doing.
I feel like any leaky tiki, old people, like older boat owners, are like, they dread this job. It's always on the to-do list, and it's like a big job. Either you're out a lot of money paying professionals. Yep, or a lot of time. Or a lot of time, and we have time and no money, so here we go. Basically, that's how it is. But I want the pride of doing it. I want it to be like, yeah, I did that job, look at this. Yeah, exactly. We did this ourselves. Both parties that came over were like, you're doing this while you're still on anchor? Because we're like, yeah, we're being hauled out to the boatyard in a week, and they're like, wow, you're badass. One of them said that we're inspiring the anchorage. Yeah. And I actually based on the fact that 2 different people like came over to say hi, I was like, we saw something, and then I saw the big barrel of teak, and I was like, so funny. But we're inspiring people in the anchorage to do work. It's so fun. So we're glad that that's the response so far that we've gotten, and not that, what are you doing? You're so loud, you're disturbing the peace. Well, we're not that loud. Well, in the morning time, I guess. If they said that, I'd say, just in the morning. Bleep off. Oh, Captain Jeff. All right, we are going to enjoy the rest of our break
have some lunch, and then probably get right back to it. Get ripped? Oh my god. It's epoxy time.
Yeah.
First thing is first, protect yourself. Wear some gloves. We did a method last night that worked really well. Just do a small amount of the epoxy resin. Therefore, since it's warm out, it's not going to get all hardened and stuff too quick, so that we can't actually use it. It's not going to be able to fit through the syringe.
We're using slow hardener so it slows it down. We can have a bit more time. So here she goes.
So we're going to do one pump. Oh, that. Make sure that you have the pump all the way down. And one pump.
You can just put those up on the counter if you want.
Nope, I'm having it like that.
Okay.
I got my method.
Okay, 2 minutes starts right now.
Right now. So you gotta make sure to have a flat bottom cup and one that is, what's the specs for the cup, honey, so that it's thick enough.
Plastic cup. Plastic cup is made out of PP. But I do know that you should wear a respirator, but in your case, you got tons of airflow coming across from this window, and so you're okay.
Gotta make sure to go in a circle and then scrape the bottom
And the
like
corners.
that, and the corners.
Nicely done.
And then go the other way so that you make sure it's completely incorporated together. And this is for 2 minutes.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm gonna get ready now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
So we'll have 2 cups going at one time. Jeff just gave me the word to stir up the next cup because it does take 2 minutes. That way, when we have the cups on rotation so quickly like that, we don't gum up the syringe, and so we can use it for longer. Pro tip. Okay, we got them all done.
We did, yeah. That was not bad, hey?
Not too bad. We have a system going, so it didn't take too long. And we only used 1 syringe, and it's because we just had the epoxy on rotation, just like bam, 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 bam. You know,
Yeah,
got it done. And look at this nice sunsets. Oh my gosh. Look at these fancy people up on their catamaran. Oh my. Nice view they have of us working.
Let's go crash their place.
Let's go crash their party. But the next section that we're going to tear up is from here all the way to the end of the Genoa track here. It's going to be a bit more tricky. A little bit scared about this guy. How we're going to be able to get it up. You see it's not a full circle. Kind of goes like that. And the screw holes, slots there are kind of underneath the tow rail, so that'll be interesting trying to get a screwdriver down in there. We'll see what happens with that. Jeff is, I think, the most afraid of these duct drains, but I'm sure we'll get them done one way or another. So ends day 5. We'll see you tomorrow. Day 5 of teak deck removal, starting it off with a little scramble egg quesadilla action. I made Jeff his coffee already. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's already up there tinkering around, investigating around the chain plates. We did still get a little bit of leakage the other night in some rain, so got to figure that out. Today is calling for lots of random rain showers today, so not sure how much we'll be able to get done on deck, but that's okay. We have some other tasks to do today, like get some groceries and
Good thing we came
garbage
here in the
run.
dry season.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll still find things to do to be productive. Don't you worry about that. In between rain squalls, we managed to fill up our water jerrys, do a garbage run of the old teak, and buy a few groceries. Editing videos is an everyday occurrence, and I whipped up a batch of black beans in the pressure cooker. This thing is awesome, by the way. No real need to pre-soak the beans, and only takes about 18 minutes to cook them. Healthier, more affordable, and less waste than buying beans in cans. We're also making our own sprouts on board, because sometimes it can be hard to find good quality greens in the islands. So yummy. Jeff has been finding all sorts of things up on deck here when it comes to the chain plates and their sealant down to the deck, or lack thereof, or whatever. Time to give us an update?
I just think that there's a few aspects of it that don't seem right to me. Like, none of the screw holes are counter socket or drilled and filled. See them?
Yeah, and under the plate, it was all wet and stuff too. Yeah,
exactly. And then the way that they're sealed, I think the sealant is mostly just sitting right here above the gel coat layer. Because look how tight that slot is.
Yeah.
So if they sealed between this plate and the wood that was on top, which is what they did, they couldn't seal between the wood and the gel coat. And I think that is probably the main culprit, which is what was kind of always suspected.
Yeah.
So our plan to put, you know, obviously to drill this all out, drill, so that the screws, when they go back in, they just go into solid epoxy. But then also, this will be raised up on a plate. That is
A little platform.
wood. Like it'll be up here like that.
Yeah.
And then when you're sealing just literally from this to that epoxy piece here, and water coming across the deck and the paint job, it doesn't have an incentive to climb up the hill and go there.
Yeah, I think it'll look real good.
Waves, it's a different story. But even then, it should be sealed. Yeah, it will look good because it'll make it come out a little bit more than this, just slightly. And it'll be just tape rounded over at the top.
We're gonna look so pretty after this is all done, and we're gonna be watertight, and we can actually use our hanging locker and shelving for clothing.
Yeah, like it's like the chain plates would leak the smallest little amount, but then that moisture is trapped in there, and then you look in there after a few more months and you see a little bit of mold, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So, but I think the chain plates we're gonna clean up fine and be good.
Yeah.
I'll know more when I pull them.
And everything is solid around here as well. We've drilled a couple exploratory holes, and everything is perfectly fine in the core, so
I just cleaned out
that's
all
good.
of the sealant. I had put butyl tape around here a long time ago.
Oh, this is the
Pump out.
The head pump out.
Yeah, so
Drain.
I'm gonna keep this because this isn't as old as the boat. It's a reduce cap. It's a nice cap.
Yeah.
And I'll clean it all up, and then I'll put this obviously on a pedestal as well. So it's up off the deck by the amount that the wood was, you see? Makes sense.
Yes.
Keeps all the heights.
Yeah.
So this will come off later. I was just cleaning sealant from below, and then I'm gonna now rain protect us because the very variable weather around here.
Yeah, everything looks nice now, but you never know. And the next couple days are supposed to be nice and sunny, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean those.
We're in the Caribbean. Another update time.
What are we updating?
Well, you put down all of these pretty little pockets.
Waterproofing the chain plates for now.
Yeah, we're gonna have some rain later. So yeah, just some plastic sheeting.
This version wanted just tape. That was Kristen's idea.
What do you mean by that, mister?
Well, show them my idea.
What do you mean by that? What is son of a gun? Oh my god. Like really? You're gonna go
It was a good idea in the sense that it was making it easier, but then I thought I came up with a hybrid
easy.
version of my idea and your idea there. Show those people that one.
Anyway.
Show those people.
What
All
a
of you, you're
guy.
those people.
What a captain. I
You're
don't know.
those
I don't know.
people.
Oh my gosh. So here's the hybrid. Fancy little plastics here. He has like a square, cut a slit in it, slid it over past the chain plate, and then taped it all up. So we'll see if your hybrid method works good in our rain that we're going to be having tonight. So
It'll be fine. I have no idea how well the blue tape holds, but it's just to protect, keep the most out possible.
yeah.
And then here's the.
Oh yeah, also took away the wood from
That is
our
vent.
the V-berth air vent, solar vent.
We're changing the vent, yeah. So I'm gonna go grab a Sharpie and circle all those holes because there's actually like a lot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
Oh.
13, 14 holes.
We have to do more epoxy. Oh, yay! Let's do a close-up here. Yeah, check out all the different layers.
So that's Divinycell toward me,
Foam core.
and then you can see the rest of it is plywood going forward to the windlass for extra strength.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And it looks all nice and dry and solid. There's no soft spots on our deck. Woohoo! What is even happening to us right now? We decided to go to Ace Hardware and we are in a rainstorm.
We have a rainstorm we're under, and we have one behind us that we've been racing. Look at that one behind you.
Yeah.
But hey, but remember.
Yes, we know we're dumb. Oh, look at that one. Wow.
You're gonna hear me say this a million times. It's the dry season.
It's the dry season. Oh my God! Seriously? And then comes the 15-minute walk uphill both ways. Just kidding. But as you can see, we had to dodge being splashed by traffic and avoid the oil-filled potholes. Gross. Whoa.
That looks gross.
The roadway is very, very, very slippery.
Maybe because there's oil in the water.
Yep, covered in oil. This can only be explained two ways. Determination or dumbness. Further to that thought, I don't think dumbness is a word, so I'm gonna go with dumbness. Finally made it to Ace. Look at this. Day 7. of teak deck removal has started. We today are going to be taking off the track. But first, coffee. To remove the genoa track, I went up on deck to hold a screwdriver in each bolt to provide resistance to Jeff down below so that he could get the nuts off easier. I did manage to sneak a peek at him practicing yoga in the salon though. Such a good multitasker. Making pretty good progress. However,
no major stuff. Well, that one I've got to cut off, but thank God we have a Dremel.
Yeah,
and eye protection.
Just one stubborn one. And then right now, Jeff is just removing the screws from the track.
So I'm going to bang this up.
Sorry about the terrible filming environment here.
There's not very much that I can see if you can, yeah.
And this one is a little bugger as well. Hammer him up. And so this is what it looks like on the underside. All the washers, obviously we have to take them down. Creating quite the mess in my galley. Oh well. And he got it. Nice. Oh, very nice.
Gotta use your tools and leverage when you can. Makes it easier.
Very satisfying.
That's
Is
the
there a
That's the washer,
Yeah. Now we gotta find all these washers.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep going. I just showed you what to do. I'm gonna keep banging those up right now.
Okay.
And then,
we'll go from there.
pull them out.
All right. We have one stubborn bolt. And we've tried everything to get it out. It's up in this cupboard, right on the corner in there. And it's not budging. Looks like we're gonna have to cut it off. That one, right there. Our boat's so pretty, so pretty. He's going in.
Love the drums.
Love the Dremels,
Love the drums.
yes.
One of my favorite tools when you're like, okay, when you're like, I don't know what else to do here. I got done the heat, I've done everything. Not that I did that in this case. But then yeah, Dremel.
It saved us so many times.
Now I get a hammer going, and I'm just gonna tap this thing up there, and I think we're done on this. Well, no, we're not done.
Yeah. It was smelling pretty smoky in here.
It's
so
because
Jeff,
I'm hitting some of the vinyl too, so it's burning.
Yeah, Jeff, great. Grabbed the water bottle and was spraying it down so that it wouldn't get as hot. So we're almost done taking all the bolts out, but the rest of them are located in the lazarette. Jeff's favorite place to be, his man cave. Right, honey bun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go in here.
Let's do it.
Oh, we have to empty it all. Oh.
There's always a step before a step to do a project. Look at your space you have. Whoa, that was close.
I'm going on my back now. On my back, on a bed.
That's what he said.
I don't want to empty this shit all out. All right,
No, we don't have space.
Oh my God.
Can
Let's
you?
not spend any more time down here than I have to, okay?
All right, I'm going up above. Almost time to tear the track up. We took the end caps off and we have all of the bolts out now from the lazarette. So now we'll take the cars off and we'll see what happens.
Now, don't bend.
Yeah, aluminum, so have to be very gentle with it because we know that from research already and people talking in the Hallberg Rassy Facebook group that it's very difficult to find a substitute track that fits the holes and works well and blah blah blah. So we don't want to break this one. Coming off pretty good so far. Ta-da! Here's what it looks like if you're interested. Such a simple piece of metal. Just like a long strip with holes in it.
Yeah, it just has to carry the cars. And then it transfers the load down to the deck. That's it. That's this whole rolling line.
We could make it ourselves.
Yeah, right.
All under it here is, like, this is wood, the teak, and it has its shape and it's raised up all along here. I was just looking back at the footage when we first started filming, taking the track off, and that was about 2 hours ago, so gives you a bit of a time stamp for how long that we've been at it so far this morning, and if you have to do this job, how long it might take you. Just a little bit hesitant to do any of the tearing up of the wood today We have this over here, and it looks like it could be something. I checked radar. In about an hour and a half, we're supposed to have some sort of like a lightning storm. So I hope not. We don't really want to find out when we have all of the holes exposed. So we might not do that today. It looks like we made the right call with the rain. Look at all that coming. The race is on to finish taping up the holes. Not ideal, but you know, we work with what we got. Go, baby, go. It's definitely about to just dump down on us. Oh my God. So the storm was basically here long enough to get everything soaking wet and be really annoying, stop us from working and getting other things done, and now it's gone. Coming in for round 2, which is real nice. Why can't we have that blue sky over there? This is really sucking. We have open holes in the deck. Give me a break.